Oh,
Okay, woohoo!
okay.
I did it successfully.
Nice. Let's see. Actually, let me just let me check.
Okay, let's just check in case.
We're live.
That's
I glitched a little bit,
okay.
but we're live.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, it's been a little bit since I've read it too. I feel like I need to just start reading these like right before we do the live show because I read
That's my predict for the Hunger Games one.
Yeah,
I learned it the day before.
Yeah, you and I think read it at the same time, Averie. I'm not sure when.
Yeah, it was the readathon or whatever.
Yeah.
The Romance Takeover Buddy Read. There you go.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Mouthful.
Right during that. So, which was, it was not that long ago. It was like, maybe 3 weeks ago, but it seems like a lifetime. So.
Okay, I'm almost done.
You're good.
Doing this.
Do it. Okay. I don't know.
Are you tweeting from the account?
Oh, I didn't do that. Dang. I was just putting it on Instagram.
Oh no, that's fine.
I'm gonna put it on Instagram. Oh, I'll just read you yours then. Thanks, Averie. Oh, that's cute. Here, I'll take a picture too. Smile. Oh, look, I'm live on my channel. Just didn't know. Just in case a weird person is trying to go live on your channel. Wait, there's some weird people who comment stuff on videos. That one you had earlier.
Oh my gosh, the comment, Jen. Okay, we have a group chat of romance readers on Voxer. Maybe we can ask like Bree to have you join too, because she made it a while ago. And I sent a picture in my most recent video. Someone like commented, "You are totally C and S," and I don't know what C and S mean. Like C and the and signed and S, and I was like, what does that mean? And so I typed it in Google and like just gave me like just a random term, and I'm like, that must not be it. And so then I searched it on Urban Dictionary and it popped up, and it's like, let me read it. Ugh.
It was the weirdest thing ever. People like, I don't get that many weird like.
That's the first one that I've gotten like
comments, but I get a lot of like the Autobots commenting.
Yeah.
Like,
yes. We talk about that too.
Tom and also
Tom and Tim.
Good old Tom.
Yeah, and then also I keep getting one from weird music accounts. I don't know. It's weird. Like they literally within like 35 minutes of me having a video up, it's like I don't know.
CNS means chicken and sex, used to describe any female who is particularly attractive or an act of sexuality involving a hot female subject.
What?
No.
I don't understand the chicken aspect of that.
No, thank you.
People really need to hot.
No thanks. No. I don't understand why people think that they can just comment anything on people's videos. Like, would you say that in real life to their face?
No. And sometimes, like, I don't know, I feel like I don't know this because I'm not a guy, but I feel like it's way worse on women's videos. Just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It's just either commenting sexual things or being overly critical of everything.
Yeah.
And calling what we read not real.
Yeah. Or it's never like the right thing. It's either like you're reading not like too much of one thing or not enough of one thing, and it's like there's no pleasing.
Pick up a real book. Listen, I like YA. Get out of here.
Yeah.
No, I have yet to have like a really bad hate comment. There was just one who was just a troll. And it was a long time ago, but I think that's because I don't have that many subscribers. So
yeah, I haven't had any, knock on wood, like hate comments. I've had a few like critical things like, hey, you should do this different or whatever. But I'm kind of like, sometimes if it's something I think I could like fix or whatever, then sure. But if it's just rude, I'm like get out.
Yeah, I've gotten hate comments, but only on one specific video.
The Vampire Diaries
My
video.
most popular video, the Vampire Diaries one. Oh my gosh, it's full of hate comments, mostly from non-English speakers or children.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is it people coming for you? You have a bad opinion about the Vampire Diaries?
Oh, no, they hate on me so hard on that video,
well,
which I honestly don't care anymore.
Yeah. Those books, like I read the books years and years ago before the show, and I liked them okay, but the show is so much better. than the books. Like I was
horrible.
The show.
Worst books I've ever read in my life.
Oh my gosh, the show and I love that show. So yeah, I agree with you. They're way better than the books. All right. So does anyone have the paperback of the book? Nice. We are reading this book.
I got it. Look, mine's signed.
Oh
my God, that's cool.
It was from Bay Crate.
Oh, cool. So we have, we're reading The Beast of Beswick, which is a historical romance, which I was very excited about.
The first one that we read. And it is a Beauty and the Beast retelling.
The tagline says Beauty and the Beast and Taming of the Shrew.
Yeah, but like I've never read Taming of the Shrew.
Same, but like I know like
I'm not familiar. I'm really not familiar with that one. Basically, which is wild because I'm an English major. I should be. But.
I only know like the premise of it. Basically, like the love interest is like a shrew. You know what I mean? Like she's like,
I know the
woman in here isn't like Belle and sweet. She's like a shrew. You know, that's the way I thought about it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think so.
I totally agree. First impressions. What did you guys think?
Okay, so here's my first thing. I really enjoyed reading it. Like it was an enjoyable read for me. And I feel like I enjoyed it while I was reading it, but then like looking back, it just wasn't the most like memorable book. And I thought it was not as unique as I wanted it to be. So like, I don't know if it's because I read a lot of historical, so it does kind of take something a little bit extra to make me like, you know, that's fantastic. But I did like it. Like I really enjoyed the characters. I did like the like aspects. Like, I mean, I'm always a sucker for like a Beauty and the Beast retelling. So I liked that, but I don't know. It just, something was kind of missing for me. Like, I just kind of wanted there to be something a little extra, and there just wasn't.
I don't know what that would be though.
I know. I don't know. And like, it was a good book. I don't want people thinking like I hated it. I think I gave it 4 stars.
I think I ended up giving it 4 stars as well.
I think I gave it 3.5 or 3, honestly.
Yeah. So what do you think?
Okay, I read this during the Romance Takeover Buddy read. Well, it was not for it. I read like half of it, and then the readathon started, and I finished it. So like my live reaction vlog for it, half of it is at least in that vlog video. But
yeah, I think I watched it.
Yeah. It was so promising in the beginning. I loved it. I loved the tension between them and everything. It was awesome. And I loved her sister. And I loved how the end, like, the whole time you were thinking that her sister was a damsel, but, like, her sister knew everything.
This was actually pretty awesome.
Yes, I really liked that. And I can't wait to read her book. I can't wait to read her book.
Pardon, Averie? What'd you say?
I can't wait to read her book when it comes up.
Ooh.
The next one.
You're sure going to be the second one.
But I got so annoyed. It annoyed me so bad with like how much they were fighting. Like it literally grinded my gears so hard. I
agree. It was too much of the same repetitive.
Yes, exactly.
Him just being like, I'm too bad for this person.
Exactly. I would be like,
that's the part that
the whole time he was like, I'm so bad, you can't love me, blah, 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 I'm too ugly. And then he'd like give in and say, you know what, no, I love this woman. And like have like a makeout session with her. And then like 5 minutes later, it would be like all over again. I'm like, you did this like 10 times.
Yeah, by like the 75% mark, I was getting annoyed with that. And I was like, okay, like I get it. We're building up to this big moment or whatever. But yeah, I agree.
So in the comments, Colette from Colette's Journey said she absolutely loves the book. So I asked her what her favorite part was.
Yes.
Curious.
I
can see why people would love this book. And I really
loved it.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I get it. Yeah, I just don't think it was my cup of tea for a historical. I'm so in the Tessa Dare mood. I've been listening to Tessa Dare books like crazy. You know what I mean?
That's like very funny, very like lighthearted. I do think this has a different like vibe to it. Like a tone is different, especially with him being like the scarred hero and stuff.
This had a lot of man dick erections on like every page.
A lot of what?
Man dick erections. I was gonna say man boners. I'm like, well, that's the same. But it was like on every page. Like,
Yeah, I normally
needs to calm down.
I normally tab mine up, but I'm all out of tabs and I can't go to the store and get them. So.
Yeah, that's a mood.
Struggle.
I have them all like
It was really sexy though. I will say that.
It was. I did enjoy the steamy times.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I really, really loved their relationship when they were good and they were supportive of each other. Like it was an equal marriage. We love that.
Also,
I loved that part too. She said she loved when the younger sister revealed her plot.
Yes.
Girl. I knew something was going on. The sister couldn't be that dumb. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like having an older sister like that, I guess you would be a little bit sheltered, but also like you see stuff. You're not that dumb.
Yeah, you're like sucking it, like not sucking it, but you're taking all her knowledge in. You're gonna like use it when you can. So a couple happy for now also said, which Isabel, right? Yes. So she said she had 3.5, kind of the same thing as we're saying with the arguing was a pain. I completely agree. I do think I love a marriage of convenience book. Like that's I love those.
It's on that same level of fake dating. Like it's just so good.
So that part totally worked for me. I love that. And I like when they don't know each other and kind of get to know each other in the marriage. Like I just really like that. It's almost like a slow burn, but they're already married.
Yes. I really love that too.
Yeah. And I think this one would have been a bit better if there wasn't as long of a period in the middle of the book where it was that back and forth between the arguing and off and on.
Yeah.
I think it could have been a lot shorter and it would have been done better because you could have built up those like pieces of tension in a different way. I don't know, but I still really liked it. I think I said in my vlog that this was my favorite Beauty and the Beast retelling that I've come across, and I haven't come across many, to be honest, because I usually avoid fairy tale retellings because they just kind of get cheesy for me, or I see the similarities too much, and I'm just like, you gotta do something different.
Yeah.
Like I can't do ACOTAR. It drove me crazy. I haven't read A Curse So Dark and Lonely.
The next books aren't retellings at all.
I know, but
the first book, you mean? Yeah.
I get that.
And then I haven't read A Curse So Dark and Lonely, but I've heard good things about it.
Ooh, that one's not as true to like the fairy tale. That one's really good.
And like Beauty and the Beast is so overdone. It is the main one that people go to, and I'm really happy that with this one, it didn't have the Stockholm syndrome in it. Like it wasn't based on kidnap. It wasn't on anything like that. It was that she chose to be there. She was the one who wanted the marriage. I liked that part.
Yeah, that was good. I actually have one of the first videos I ever made on my channel, and it's so cringy, is Beauty and the Beast retellings. There's like 10.
Oh, that's so
back at that video, though, those are not my favorite, though. Those are not my favorite anymore. You know, like I've read so many more.
Yeah. There's just sometimes those kind of fairy tales are overdone so much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We gotta find a new fairy tale.
Yeah. I think we're all in agreement then. It's like probably like for some of us maybe a 4, some of us a 3, and we all agree that I think in the comments they're all saying they completely agree that it's just the arguing was just, it was too much. Like it would have been so much better if they figured out another conflict other than that.
Yes.
It just got so repetitive.
I think if they had built that tension a bit better and had like a little bit of that argument part of it, because yes, he feels like he can't be loved and whatever. But if they had done that, cut like 50 to 60% of it, and then added in more maybe of the sister plot line with another asshole, like brought in him a little bit, made it a little bit more Gaston-y, you know?
I agree, because even though
I just froze. Sorry, what? I knew I was frozen.
Did you hear me though?
Can you hear us now?
Yes, I was just, the screen was frozen. I was like, oh,
okay.
That's the last time. My internet connection is not the greatest, y'all.
Okay, I completely froze the other day, but I feel like maybe that too, that back and forth so repetitive was what because like I just kept thinking like, I feel like I've read this before, but maybe it was just that part that like, I just didn't like that aspect of it because there were some unique qualities to it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I have read similar things, but this was also done well. So I don't know. I'm kind of back and forth, but I still think it was really enjoyable. And I would for sure read the next book in the series too.
Oh yeah. Her writing. I remember saying this in one of my vlogs. so compulsively readable. Like it just sucks you in. And I find that a lot of romance books that I've come across that aren't like the typical mainstream ones, the writing is a little bit subpar, and that bothers me because I'm an editor by trade. So I'm just like, but this girl, she knows how to write a damn book, and it was great. I like Bree's comment. Is marriage a trope you prefer in historical romance over contemporary? This is a question for you guys because this is the only historical romance I've read.
I have to say, I'm so happy that you liked it because I'm like, if she doesn't like this, we're never reading another one.
I want to read all the historical romance.
No, that's awesome though.
What do you think, Averie?
I like them in both. I read a few in both. I haven't read as much historical, obviously, as Ashley. But this book does remind me of a book she did recommend me that is one of my favorites of all time, A Notorious Vow. Instead of him being scarred, he's deaf. And it's, oh my God.
That's what I'm thinking of. Because I liked that one a little bit better than this one. So maybe that's why.
I don't know. I loved that one. 5 out of 5 stars. One of my favorites.
What's it called? A Notorious
Vow. It's a part of a series, but none of the characters.
By Joanna Shoup.
Yes.
Cool.
I listened to the audiobook.
Yes, I think you would like that one.
And then the Duchess deal has a marriage of convenience. And the governess game? No, the governess game, she's just governess. Yeah, I haven't read a lot of historical romance ones, but I do enjoy them. I've probably just read more either fantasy romance or contemporary ones. So I do love them in all of them though.
I think for me, sometimes I like them in both because it's just one of my favorite tropes in general. But I think in historical, sometimes it works easier into the plot line to make sense. I think in a contemporary, the author really has to have like a really good idea to make a marriage of convenience work for me to buy into it in modern times. And I have, I read, oh gosh, what's that one? Oh, give me a second. I'll look it up. Recently, that had a marriage of convenience, and it was contemporary, and I really liked it. But I do think it's a little bit trickier, in my opinion, to make it work in a contemporary.
Yeah, I think that's just because in our society, like unless you go into different cultures, but mainly now marriages are made because of love, because people fall in love with each other. But back in the day, it was literally just a like a business deal. Yeah, so
I read
it was a lot easier.
Ones.
Yes, it works, and I've seen it too in like I don't know if you guys have ever read like I've only read a few of them, but like in like a mafia type thing.
Yes, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Such a weirdly niche thing.
Like where it's almost like a different culture because the family basically to encourage two people to be like in a relationship. But again, it's like it's almost like it is a historical setting because these people are stuck back in a time of like where women didn't have as much power and stuff like that.
I just realized my current read has marriage of convenience and I totally forgot about that.
Nice.
I'm reading.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even go through like our
currently reading thing. Yeah. Oh my god. But
we went right into the book.
I'm on the 3rd book of the Wicked Villain series by Katie Robert. And it's like the whole series are fairy tale retellings, but like way steamier. And so mine is, and like each heroine is matched and their like love interest is the villain of the story. Ooh. So it's like set in modern day contemporary, but in like a city that's like it's like a made up city. And the first one was about Jasmine and Jafar. The second one was about Hades, Meg, and Hercules. And the one I'm on right now is Tinkerbell and Hook. And it's a marriage of convenience in that one too. I totally slipped my mind. Oh my gosh.
So I am so intrigued by that series because I know you guys have been talking about it a lot in like the group chat. And I'm a little bit hesitant to read them. I don't know why. Like I just don't know if it's up my street, but I'm really tempted to like try one and just see what I think. So which of the 3 you've read, which one do you think I should start with if I pick one?
So they are really taboo.
I know, and that's why I'm like, I just don't know if that's my thing. Which is it's totally fine. Everyone has their thing. You know,
you do have to buy them though, so I don't know if maybe you want to try maybe a Kindle Unlimited one, like a Taboo Kindle Unlimited book. But if you want to try the series out, to be honest, the first book, I didn't finish it. I didn't finish it because it just came to a point where I was a little bit uncomfortable because I didn't like that situation a little bit. But then apparently towards the end, like everything gets flipped and you figure out why everything was uncomfortable, and it wasn't actually uncomfortable. It was like weird thing or whatever. I didn't finish that one. I did love the second one, Learn My Lesson, which is the Hades, Meg, and Hercules one. I think this one that I'm currently reading is my favorite so far.
Okay.
The Tinkerbell and Hook one. But they do talk about like relationships a little bit in the first two, but not really. It's mainly focused on the main two. But I will say each book takes place and has like the setting of it's called the Underworld, which is basically like a sex club. They all either work or live in there. So that's where it's all centered around. And then I'm really looking forward to the fourth one, which is called The Beast, which is Gaston, Belle, and the Beast.
Oh. I know Isabel said in the comments, she's like, try it. In worst case, it's not, but it's so filthy. So I don't know. Well, maybe I'll consider it. But the one I was thinking of that was Marriage of Convenience was called Marriage for One by Ella Mays.
Oh, yeah.
That has a contemporary Marriage of Convenience too.
That one's long though, right?
Yeah, it's pretty long. It was like, it was pretty long. I know Colette said she really liked historical fiction. She's just getting into reading, so she's still learning. Hey, if you like historical fiction and you like a little bit of romance in it, one of my favorites last year, I think it was Next Year in Havana by Chanel Clayton. That was a fantastic book. Like, I love that book so much. So if anyone likes historical fiction, I'd say it's like historical fiction with a romance in it rather than like a romance, but it's so good.
If you like historical fiction, also check out Ruta Sepetys' books.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never read any of her books, but I've heard she's like the queen of historical romance.
One of my favorite books of all time.
Not historical romance, historical fiction. And what else? I really like Kate Morton's Forgotten Garden. It's like an OG old one. It was one of the books that I read last year that just made me fall in love with reading again. It was incredible. I love the multiple storylines. Yeah.
Wait, so what are y'all currently reading?
Okay. So I'm listening to, I don't have it, it's over there, but the Wicked trilogy by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I'm listening to the last book on audio, which is called Brave. It's like a fae fantasy, urban fantasy. And it's really good. It's at New Orleans and it's a trilogy. It's really fun. I read the first two books like years ago and I never finished the series because I'm horrible at finishing series. And so finally like doing it and I'm like halfway through. So that's really good on audio. And then I'm reading, let's see, hold on, give me 1 second. It's called Coffee Girl on my Kindle by Sophie Sinclair. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. Ooh, there's a glare. But it's called Coffee Girl. It's like a contemporary romance. And my best friend was reading it and I kept seeing it pop up on Instagram. So finally she kept telling me to pick it up. She's like, you're really going to like it. So I picked it up. And she's right. It's really cute. So it's about like a country music singer. So it's a kind of like a rock star romance, but he's like a country singer. And she is like, the girl is his like fashion stylist. So that's
cool.
Yeah, it's really cute. It's like kind of like a rom-com. It's pretty funny so far. There was just a scene where this guy got stuck in a pair of leather pants.
Like Ross from Friends.
Like Ross.
That scene is one of the best scenes from
Baby
Friends.
powder to get it out.
Oh, it's so good.
They actually reference that in the scene. They're like, "Is this like a Friends episode of baby powder?" And they're like, "I don't have any baby powder."
Oh my god.
I'm really enjoying that. That's all I'm reading right now. But
every single time I hear about leather pants, that's all I think of.
Yeah. I'm thinking of looking up this next because Mom's done with this one. A Heart of Blood and Ashes by Mila Vane. It's like
I've heard Good things about that.
Yeah, everyone's raving over it. And I don't know. Someone told me that it kind of gave them like The Witcher vibes. And I know I was like, if I like this, I'm going to tell Jenn to read it. Yeah. Huh?
Please do.
But it has had really, really great reviews. So I know it's just like a fantasy romance, but I think it's like pretty high fantasy from what I understand. Like it's pretty in-depth, like world building and stuff. So we'll see, but it's a pretty thick one. So
Fun.
that might take a while. What about you, Jenn?
I'm currently reading 2 books that I can remember because I just finished 2 books yesterday.
Can remember.
But like my Goodreads list has like 9 books on it. You know how that happens? You just keep adding books to it. So I'm reading for my last Owls exam. I'm reading Middle Game by Shauna Maguire.
Okay.
And it's good. It's totally not what I was expecting, so that's fun. And then I'm also reading a classic, which is The House of Mirth by Edith Wharton. And this one I'm also absolutely loving. Her prose is just incredible. It's so good.
Never heard of this classic.
Cool.
That's cool. I've never heard of that classic before.
Yeah, and I hadn't heard of it either, but it's because I think I picked it up when I was at one of those like book sale things that I have.
Or like
maybe,
the library.
Maybe not, because there's no price in it, but it's used because it's got like discoloration on the back, and it's one of the Penguin's Classic copies that has like the colorful spine. So I was like, my eyes picked it out, and I was like, why not? Yeah. And then one of the YouTubers, her name is Lucy Powery. I can't remember her channel name, but she's all about classics, and she was just reading a bunch of Edith Wharton previously. I was like, I should give her a try, and I'm enjoying it.
Cool. Is anybody else like really, really wanting to go to a bookstore right now?
Oh yeah.
I feel like I'm having withdrawals.
I just placed a huge book order.
I have to like restrain myself because I bought a Switch. Ooh. So that's kind of been my big purchase. But then I just bought our book for next month and another book with that I've been eyeing forever. So
I have the next month's book. Let me get it so we can.
But I don't even like. I want to buy books, but I just even miss like walking around a bookstore.
Yes, that was my favorite thing. I would just go into Indigo, which is
the library.
Walk.
The library, and I'm like, yeah, me too. Like, I just would like to go
to the library.
I just want to go get a Starbucks, and I want to go walk to my bookstore.
That's me and all I want to do. And Colette are saying, I completely agree. Like, I don't even need to buy anything. I just want to go like browse. I mean, I will to support them, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully do. Yeah. Buying online is fun, but it's just not the same.
Right. Yeah.
And you run the risk of spending so much because at least when you're like walking around the bookstore, you can talk yourself out of buying books.
That is,
but the fact that it's just like a one-click fast system on the internet, you can't talk yourself out of it.
I have a gift card, and it's not like I've had it for a while, but I'm the type of person that like I can never figure out what to get, like what to get. And so I've had it and I still have it. And I'm like, what books do I get? So I don't know. Somebody send me some recommendations that I should get.
I don't know. I got a 30. I have to do a $35 order on Book Outlet because I want the free shipping.
It's $45 in Canada, which is kind of crappy, but yeah, I know how you feel. And it's so hard sometimes when you're trying to like get just to $45 and you're like, I have 8 books in my cart. How is this not $45? Like
and then I got like a $20 thrift books order.
Nice.
I love thrift. I used to buy from them all the time, but I haven't bought too much recently. I've been buying a lot more on my Kindle. Because, well, obviously in the current situation, it's just easier. But also, like, I think it's just because I have so many books, I'm trying to like really buy things that I want to reread. So I've kind of been buying a lot on my Kindle and then buying the physical one. But oh yeah, eBay I've heard is great for used books, but I've never done eBay for used books.
Nor have I.
No, I'll have to try it though. I think a couple other people have
I know
bought.
Jess and Lacey do it all the time.
Yeah.
I really like Abe books for if you're looking for a specific edition. They're really great for used books. I've gotten many of my Harry Potter collection books from there because I don't care if it's perfect condition or not. I'm like, yeah, I'll pay $3 for a book. Please send this to me. Like, I don't care if it takes forever to get to me.
Thrift books for me. Like, I've ordered from them and I really like them, but you're not going to get a perfect book. And I kind of need to know that going in.
Yeah.
You know?
I've heard, I don't know, a lot of people recently have been ordering off of thrift books and getting a book that's like, it's the book, but it's not the condition it said, not the title, it's not the cover it said or anything. And I'm like, see, that really bothers me because when I'm going to a place like that, I want a specific edition. So I do like sleuthing for like 10 minutes to make sure it's the right ISBN. And if I get the book in and it's not the right one tied to the ISBN, I'm like, what was the point?
Yeah. I haven't had that many issues with thrift books. There have been a few books where I think I got a specific cover and I got a whole different cover than what I wanted. But the condition is fine. It's just that's only my experience with it.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, people are.
Wait. This is our book for next month. Even though we haven't even really talked about this.
No, but like before we dive into spoilers, right?
It's okay. Is it pink or purple?
Y'all, it's purple.
No,
I'm so
highlighter purple.
Oh my god.
I was not expecting this.
To have and to hoax, who's it by?
Martha Waters.
Martha Waters. And it's gonna be on my channel. I should have wrote my channel name on the box there.
I'm like, what box?
Jenn's bookshelf.
Yeah. That'll be really fun though. I'm excited to read that one because it's supposed to be really funny.
So funny.
Yes. I'm kind of nervous now though, because Jess didn't really like it.
Yeah. I've seen that's the only reason I had seen a couple people not like it. But I just saw a couple people who I really do trust their opinion on Goodreads like it. So everyone has an opinion and that's awesome. And I think see what we like. If we don't like it, that's okay. But I do struggle. And this is on the back of the book, so we're not spoiling anything, but it is about a couple who is already together. And so sometimes I struggle with that a little bit. But this one sounds really funny, so I'm excited.
Yeah. Yes. I think I'm on like a of those because I just read the Romance Book Club and I read Love Her or Lose Her both in a row. And those are both married. But
I don't think I've ever read a book with, or like a romance-centered book with people who already are together in it, which is interesting.
I just think I'm always kind of like nervous about the outcome, but if I know there's going to be a good outcome, then I'm fine.
It's a romance book, there's going to be an outcome, okay? A good outcome.
People label things as romances, and they're not. Let's see. Oh, cool. Yeah, a couple of people are saying they're going to read it next month.
We don't know when the next one will be. We will announce it on Twitter or on Instagram.
Our Instagrams are probably my Instagram, and it's probably the best way to go. I'm more on Instagram than Twitter now.
I'm on both, so I will announce it on both.
Twitter kind of stresses me out, so
Twitter's a cesspool that just drags you down to its depths. But like, we'll tell you when we.
I've been on it less and less recently, so I'll post it. But
it'll probably be. Let's see, what's today? It'll probably be like the end of May, beginning of June, I would think.
Yeah. One of those Saturdays there.
Also, we didn't even address this is the book for March and April.
Oh, yeah. The Beast of Beswick was March and April because we were just like, it's fine.
I was having some rough time with school, y'all. So they were kind of
Isabel said to curate Twitter to not stress you out. I need to do that. I need to like either block or just not unfollow people because I think I followed people a long time ago and it was fine. And then in the current situation, some people are just stressing me out and I need to
I don't know. Like honestly, most of the people that I follow are all like booktubers and that kind of stuff and authors. So it's usually fine, but then sometimes just something sets everybody off and I'm just sitting there like, oh no. Twitter's gonna be like this for a week.
Yeah, Bree said it's sweet to find an already established couple finding their way back to each other. Yeah, I agree. I think it can be, and I've read ones I really liked, and I'm hoping this is another one. But sometimes it just stresses. I don't know. Like it's like that tension of I don't know that you want them to like be happy. That sometimes it's just personally it stresses me out. Yeah.
What is that beeping in the background of one of your people's?
I think that's.
Oh, that's mine.
Yeah.
I realized.
Okay, mine's
it's
on
a notification for Voxer.
Oh, okay. I was like, kind of sounds a little bit like a doorbell. Is somebody trying to get in?
They're stuck outside.
That's my Voxer notification. The girls are blowing it up.
So, does anyone have any favorite scenes or least favorite scenes? If anyone doesn't want to be spoiled for the Beast of Beswick,
yeah, we're gonna dive into spoilers.
We're gonna dive into it. I don't think anyone will mind. It sounds like most people have either read it or don't mind. I don't mind, but just in case you do.
I loved any scenes that involved his indoor pool.
Yes, I was just about to say, like the scene where what is her name? Astrid. I keep forgetting her name. I forgot her name when I was reading this book because like nobody calls her Astrid straight up, right?
Yeah.
But like, you know that scene where she's like, she gets up in the middle of the night and finds the pool and just kind of stands in the pool. I'm like, that is such a beautifully written scene. Mm-hmm. And then he had to come in and ruin it later when he was like, I had a raging boater in the corner and I didn't want to disturb her because her beautiful feet were in the water. And I was like, can you not? It's a beautiful scene. Get out of here.
I liked those two, Averie. I'm in agreement on that one.
So beautiful. And that last one?
Oh, the last one.
Wow.
Oh, so
yeah.
good.
That was a good scene.
I also like
she liked when Astrid just took off on her horse and left him standing by the stables. I'm like, yeah. You go, girl.
Yeah. Oh. I was gonna say I also liked the greenhouse scene, and I'm like, nope, that's from a different book.
All the time. We like mush.
No, I really like the name Astrid though. Side note, I don't know why. I just really
it didn't suit her to me throughout. I was like, her name is Astrid.
Her name was Isabel.
I kept thinking her name was Abigail. So there you go.
I just didn't even know what her name was most of the time, but I'm really bad with character names, to be honest. Like you'll notice in my videos, I hardly ever say them when I'm doing wrap up. I don't
like sometimes when I'm editing my videos, I sit there and cackle at myself because like one of them I filmed like a wrap up or something. I think it was a wrap up and I mentioned Tweet Cute and I couldn't remember their names and like the two people's names. And afterwards, and I was just sitting there just like Pepper and Jack because it's pepper jack cheese. Jenna, come on. Like it was just so mad at myself.
It's kind of hard in the moment.
I know. Yeah. Like sometimes I'll be sitting there with a book in my hand like this for like 30 seconds. I'm like, I don't remember their names. And I'll have to like go search and then cut it all out. I'm like, I'm a useless booktuber.
Girl, I don't even try anymore. I'll just be like, I don't know their names. Here we go. Oh, it's Nathaniel. His name is Nathaniel.
His name is
Nathaniel.
I forgot his name is Nathaniel.
Nathaniel.
His name is Nathaniel.
Oh, because he goes by Thane, right?
He goes by Thane.
Oh,
yeah.
He hates the name Nathaniel because that's what his dad gave him or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, how much did you love the ant in this?
I love the ant.
Embroidering dicks. We love her.
I liked her a lot. All the side characters were really good. Like the butler, I loved his relationship with like Thane and his like butler.
His staff.
Funny.
It was pretty great.
I don't know. I just thought it was really funny. One of the scenes that wasn't like a romance scene that I just thought was funny was when he kept playing, like breaking all of the vases and stuff with great. I don't know why. I just found that really funny.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
God.
Although not good. I mean, he's probably wasting like thousands of dollars,
And
but
he doesn't care because he's a rich idiot. But like,
it's true.
the staff relationship between him and I was like, oh, they're so Lumiere and Cogsworth.
Yes.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Oh my
so
gosh.
good.
Yes, Amelia Cogsworth. Yes, I totally see that.
I
I just had a
love
hard time with his character. You know?
Same.
Yeah, just like
He's so
he's,
angry.
like it became overly brooding. Like the scene, I thought the book was finally getting somewhere, and it looked so promising until after the scene in the theater with both of them. I loved that scene, and then afterwards, I think everything just went downhill for me because it just kept going and going.
Yeah, the cyclical nature was bad. I think if they had trimmed a lot of that conflict out of after the theater scene and like removed a lot of it or resolved it a lot faster than kept it fine until the end, it would have been better. But
yeah,
I loved it way more. I did love that scene though, the one in the theater. Ho ho.
yeah, they were pretty good.
Yeah. Also the one in the garden at the party. 10 out of 10.
Oh, yep.
I forgot about that one for a minute. Yep, that was good too.
That one's right near the middle of the book.
Yep.
Right? I'm not losing my mind, am I?
I think it's in the middle. I feel like it's all blending together for me, but yes, I think so. Let's see. Yeah, he was a rich idiot who wanted to ruin his dad's prized possessions. Yes. Yeah. And it was not considerate of him at all. But no. I thought the way it was written with the butler like making commentary on it.
Hilarious. That would be a perfectly filmable scene. Yeah. Because like just the nonchalance of him just like with like a golf club and he's just like another. Like please. So good.
Imagine that one like acted out. Like I can see that being like filmed. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, it was so funny. How do we feel about the execution? I was going to ask this earlier. How do we feel about the execution of it being a retelling of Beauty and the Beast and Taming of the Shrew?
I wish it kind of wasn't marketed as Beauty and the Beast retelling because I don't really feel like it was, other than him being brooding and him having a scarred face and the woman loving him for what he is. Like there's so many other romances that are like that, but they're not marketed as Beauty and the Beast.
I think it would have had to be unless she changed the title.
Yeah.
Because it has Beast in it. Right?
Very true.
So like if you have Beast in the title, you kind of have to say it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling.
Yeah. I kind of did like it though because I liked that it was subtle. Like you said, with how the staff was kind of like Lumiere and Cogsworth. There were subtle touches to it, and like his aunt was like Mrs. Potts. I feel like.
Yo, I didn't even put that together.
I just did dirty Mrs. Potts.
So dumb. I didn't even put that together. Lumiere and Mrs. Potts.
I feel like there were parts of it. I kind of enjoyed that it was more subtle than some of the ones I've read in the past that are like they're just trying to like
hit you over the head with it.
Over the head with it, yeah.
Yeah.
So I liked it. I mean, to me, I thought I enjoyed the kind of more subtle touches. Yeah. You know, he was disfigured in a different kind of way, and you know, he was very grumpy, and they had that, and I liked
himself to be unlovable. Yeah. Locked himself away, super isolated. Like it has the bones of the fairy tale retelling to it, but it just strips it of its magic and gives agency to the girl. Like it was, I don't know. I have issues with Beauty and the Beast, but I love it still.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Emily Howard really leaned into that beast. Steyness.
Yeah.
Which worked for the beginning. I really liked the parts where he chose to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Even though he's so dejected with life, he's just like, I'm just gonna be an asshole. Nobody can stop me. I'm rich. I'm like, yes, do it. But then at the end I was like, you need to stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please just open your heart.
Overall,
and your goddamn mind.
It was really enjoyable. And I also I liked that the way they talked about him being like scarred and that. I thought that was interesting. But I do kind of think that I wish he had figured out like he doesn't have to let that rule his life a little earlier in the book.
Yeah.
Because like you said, I felt like it was a little repeated over and over and over. And I kind of just thought it was great. I liked that. Like that's part of the storyline of Beauty and the Beast. Like, you know, I don't know. I felt like I would have liked it if he had kind of realized it a little quicker.
I think in Beauty and the Beast, though, it's not a cyclical, like, back and forth between him, like, making progress and stepping back. It's like a slow arc to the end where he's just like, okay, like, she needs to go back to her father. And then she willingly comes back to him. This was very cyclical. But I don't know. I still enjoyed it. And that one scene with the red dress in the office.
That was probably
one was just so steamy, and I loved it.
Yeah. I thought, and this is, I don't think this is the first book by this author. Like, I think she has other books out, but
I think so, yeah.
I think maybe she was self-published before. I could be wrong on that.
I'm not sure. I don't
the
remember.
first one that I feel like I've seen in like mass market, like paperback. I really love the cover too.
Yeah.
One of my favorite covers, like hands down.
I loved the dress scene too. I loved how she put it on specifically to piss him off.
Yeah.
Like, not to piss him off, just to get him to come back to her.
Yeah. If you want to come out to a ball with me, I can dress however the heck I want, you know?
Let me do exactly what's gonna make him so frustrated.
Yes.
That he wants to rip the dress off of me.
Yes.
Both out of anger and because he has a raging man boner on every page of this book.
I will say the ending was a little bit confusing to me, like the ball scene ending. I think mainly just because we couldn't see what was going on through her sister's eyes, and I was kind of confused. So hopefully that'll shed new light in the next book. But I kind of wish like it would have explained more because this is its own book. You know what I mean? So
yeah. I get what you're saying. I think she is going to go into it in the next one. Like, I get the feeling that they're going to go like back in time and show how that happened, and then go forward.
Maybe because otherwise that'll be already established storyline.
I think it's going to take place at the same time as this book. That's my theory, and then it's like her point of view of everything.
That's what I was thinking. Which I think
her sister like 16.
Yeah, or 17, I think.
That might be an issue. She might have to age her up a bit.
They might. Well, I read the synopsis on it, and I don't want to say it because it might spoil something, but in the synopsis, it kind of explained that. I think there's a jump, like a time jump.
Oh, okay. Good, because I don't want to read about 16-year-old and a 30-year-old man.
Really? How did y'all feel about the antagonist character? What's his face?
Oh, he was the worst. I hated him.
I hated him too.
Jealous prick. I hate him.
He was just, you know what's funny though is I could like perfectly picture him in my head. So I guess that means like she wrote him really well. I don't know why, but I don't know. I could like envision him, and he was such a jerk.
Yeah.
And I mean,
sorry, my computer won't charge. Don't mind
know. To me, I was just like, wow, you literally get your pride hurt once, and you go to this extreme.
This girl stops you from raping her, and then you destroy her life.
I mean, the sad part is that probably happened so often.
Oh, I know.
And that's what's sad.
So. I fixed it.
And the worst thing is that it's just, you know that if he got to marry Izzy, he would have done the same thing.
Yep.
He probably would have done that and then ended the marriage. He would have been like, or ended the engagement and been like, she's a ruined person as well.
Yeah. I know this is the case because obviously like we know it was, but it just blows my mind, like as a modern, female, that, 150, 200 years ago, like a man could just say something and people would just believe it, and the entire person's life is ruined. Like,
Not only because he's a man, but didn't this guy also like just get recently promoted or something?
Yeah, he was very high up in society.
Yeah. Sorry, my computer's being weird. I'm at 27% and my charger's not working.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Yeah, Colette says she wants more by this author. I agree. I for sure will be reading the next book.
I'm gonna look on Indigo.
So much, for sure. He was going to hurt her sister for revenge, just so pathetic. Yes, that's the best word for Beaumont, pathetic.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Is it burning? Averie?
Yes.
Emily
Howard has a
wait, the light is green. The light is green.
Oh,
I think we're good. No, what stopped going? What?
There must be a wire misplaced in your cord.
I think maybe it's something with the wire. Gosh darn it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's Emily Howard has a bunch. Apparently she's got like a goddess series.
Oh, that might be good.
And then I think she's written YA because a few of these look like YA.
Okay. That might be why I haven't heard of her as much.
Yeah, but she's got other books out there. And then the Rake Well of Roth, or the Rake Hell of Roth.
Yeah.
Which is also a stunning cover. The purple is incredible.
That's the next one.
Charging, and I'm not going to touch it anymore.
Comes out. When do you
I'm not going to touch my cord.
Indigo.
Okay. Sorry.
November 23rd. That's when it comes out. November 23rd.
November 23rd. Okay. I think that last one came out. This one came out last November. So I guess that makes sense. I feel like. Yeah.
This book. I don't know why
Just says 2019.
February Bay Crate.
When? February? Okay, I thought it came out in like November, December, but I could.
It says 2019 on the inside.
Oh, okay.
That's January Bay Crate. There you go. Yeah.
So it must have been late. I want this like chaise. It looks so cozy.
Yes. Have you guys ever seen on whose Instagram is it? One of the publishers. I think it might be either Avon or Berkeley on their Instagram account will do like behind the scenes of their historical romance photo shoots. And they are so funny to watch.
Ooh, I need to look at that. That sounds cool.
I don't know if it might just have been on their stories, but like follow them on Instagram because they'll sometimes show them on their stories when they're doing like the photographs.
Got you. It's fine. Oh man, it's like the other day I filmed a video in here and I was editing it, and I guess like halfway, like nearing the end of all my videos, I start to get a little bit more chaotic because I'm tired and my voice is just like, we're here for fun, and I just love books and I end up hugging books at the end. I'm just like, I'm so tired of this. But in that video, I had this moment where I was just talking, I was ending the video and I ended up saying something like, we all need something like this in this quarantine time, in this epidemic time. And then I was trying to think of the word and I just sat there for like 30 seconds. And then I remembered it and I came back and I went, cool. And then I like glitched and went, climate. And I was like, the hell did I just
oh my gosh.
Like, it was the worst sound that ever came out of my mouth because it was a full facial glitch too. I was just like, what happened there?
Yeah. Sometimes you can't get it out. But yeah, follow them on Instagram and they're really funny when they do them.
What account is this, Ashley?
I think it was on either Avon's, which does a lot of historicals, or maybe it was Berkeley.
I don't know. I follow both of them and I can't believe I haven't seen that.
It was a while ago. It was it might have been a couple months ago. They were doing it. The one was for like, that book that just came out, The Rake
What's that one? Because I've seen whoever published The Betrothed by Kiara Cass did a whole thing on there.
Oh yeah, that one. I don't know. I think that might have been Entangled, maybe. I don't know who did that one.
I'm thinking like the selection. Maybe if she's still with the selection, I think the selection was literally Scholastic, maybe.
Okay, I'm not sure. I am excited for a Netflix show though. That will be fun.
Oh my word!
Maybe a Netflix show about that?
Yeah.
Man, they're making Netflix shows about everything.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Well, to all those watching, do you guys have any questions or any comments about this book? Because I don't have anything else to say.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't remember a lot about this book, to be honest.
Yeah. There's not really a whole lot to remember. It's just the beginning, like 50% is them before they're married, and then the last 50% is them when they're married fighting.
Yep.
That's it. It's very sexy.
I think we should do is go through your Goodreads and tell the last like 2 or 3 books you put on your to read list.
Oh my god, yeah, okay.
Because I feel like that would be fun to see.
Let's want to read.
Sometimes I look back at my to read list though, and I'm like, when did I add that?
Okay, so the last 5 were the 4 Tessa Dare Girl Meets Duke series, and then Notorious Vow. But before that, it was The Life and Medieval Times of Kit Sweetly and Beach Read.
Oh, I really want to read.
I've heard such good things about it, and it's like writerly. I love books that are based off of books. Like I just want all of the literary books.
Yeah, and I love that it's 2 authors. That sounds like
it's on a beach. I want to be on a beach right now.
Everyone.
And also that like The Life in Medieval Times. I saved it because Averie, you saved it. I was like, that looks really cute.
The Life in Medieval Times. What is that one?
It's on.
Oh yes, there we go. I see it.
Oh, that's.
I don't remember any of these summaries for any of this. I just read it once and I'm like, ooh, that sounds good, done. And at least
So tangent, but is anyone else getting a little bit over the illustrated covers, or is it just me?
I love them so much.
I feel like
they
used to be unique, and now every single romance is coming out.
I think that's just going to be the new face of romance for a little while.
Yeah.
I
don't know what's going to be next.
Are specifically doing that because more people are coming to it since they're illustrated.
They're more accessible. You can read them on a bus and people won't look at you, right? Like.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. I don't know. It's kind of funny that just like every single new, especially all the like bigger like pushed ones by the publishers are like definitely have that kind of cover.
Totally.
So, but anyways, all right. So mine last like 3 were okay. So I just added one called The Tourist, which sounded really cute. I saw it on someone's Instagram. Oh, my thing is really hard to see. Can you see that?
Oh, that looks cute.
So it's about like, all I saw was that it has something to do with Alaska, and it's like a rom-com, and I'm like, well, that sounds promising. It says, when Graham Barnett named his diner the Tourist Trap, he meant it as a joke. Now he's stuck slinging reindeer dogs to an endless string of resort visitors who couldn't interest him less. Now even the sweet, enthusiastic tourist in the corner who blushes every time he looks her way. 2 weeks in Alaska isn't just the top item on Zoe Caldwell's bucket list. It's the whole bucket. One look at the mountain town of Moose Springs, and she's smitten. But when an act of kindness brings Zoe into Graham's world, she may just find there's more to the man than meets the eye, and more to love in Moose Springs than just the Alaskan wilderness.
Oh.
Doesn't that sound cute? I was sold. Plus the cover was really cute.
That I'm adding it.
Yeah, that
the tourist attraction.
Yes, The Tourist Attraction. It comes out on May 5th, so it's not quite out yet. And then I added the new Julia Quinn book because I actually am behind. I haven't read this whole series. It's the new one that just came out. Let me see that. Ooh, probably not. It's called First Comes Scandal. It's the new one in the Bridgertons prequels. That's her new release, but I haven't read that series. Oh, well, I've only read one in that series because I don't want them to be over. So I just haven't read them. And then I added this one randomly. I think I saw it on someone's Instagram, and it's called His to Defend, and it's like it's set in New Orleans, and it's like a mafia type thing. See? I don't know.
It looks like a film noir cover.
I read a lot of mafia ones, so I might check that one out.
Yeah, I mean, they're either hits or misses. There's really no middle ground for me with that kind of thing. I either am like, this is way too much violence, way too much, I just know, or I find them so intriguing. It's like a car wreck. I just can't stop. Like, I know it's probably not like the best thing.
That's how I am with Megan March. Makes a lot of those, writes a lot of those, and like they're either like I hate them or I love them. Like
I'm not gonna
lie. It's a weirdly polarizing thing.
Yeah, I try not to like that kind of thing. Iffy. I try not to spend much money on them, like, or I'll get them off Unlimited because I don't think it's something I'm gonna sit there and like reread.
Mhm.
But yeah, those are the last 3 that I added.
Mine, I added the new book by Angie Thomas, Concrete Rose.
Oh,
It's
cool.
about like Star from the first book. You remember The Hate You Give, right? The Hate You Give. This is about her dad when he was younger.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
So I'm so
I
excited.
love the aesthetic of her covers.
Yes, look at this cover.
They're all gonna look so good on bookshelves. Like, ooh,
Yes.
he knows what's up.
Absolutely.
Because I've
Her
always been
cover designer knows what's up.
I've always been very interested by his story, and like her family was probably my favorite thing about the whole book. So I'm excited for that one. And
Yeah,
then
I haven't read any of Andy Thomas's books because I avoid books that I know outright are gonna make me cry. Because I don't want to deal with that.
fair enough.
Yeah, and it's because you go in knowing that her best friend is killed. And I'm just like, I know it's going to be so hard hitting and I know it's going to be amazing. I just don't want to put myself through that.
That's very fair enough.
I avoid things that involve like cancer and sickness. That's what I avoid that kind of thing just because I just don't. Now, if it's not like the main storyline, I can usually handle it. But if it's the main one, I just choose not to. And I know they're important things to read, but yeah, I'm the same way on that.
Everyone has their preference.
Ruined me for those.
Yeah, everyone has their preference.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And then I saw this one from Brie added this to hers. Don't Go Stealing My Heart.
I love book titles when they play off of songs.
It says, okay, this one.
Don't go breaking my heart. Don't go breaking my
heart. Of Ella Enchanted when they hear that song.
Yes. The Giants band that, yes. I need to rewatch that.
Okay, you want the summary?
Yeah, go for it.
Woo! Hold on a second, you frozen.
No, she's frozen.
I froze.
Yeah. There you go. Now you're back.
You're back.
Okay. Treat yourself to the book. Jenn DeLuca says sparkles and sizzles.
Ooh, Jenn DeLuca, we love her.
She wants to steal his Van Gogh. He wants to steal her heart. Some people would call Clementine Abernathy a criminal. She considers herself a modern-day Robin Hood who steals from the rich and gives to the poor. Not exactly on the up and up, but she knows what it's like to lose everything. Her latest heist involves swiping a priceless Van Gogh from its owner, who's supposed to be an egotistical trust fund brat. Turns out Jack David is sexy, kind-hearted. Turns out Jack David is sexy and kind-hearted, and Clementine's in trouble. Falling for her mark would make her the world's dumbest con woman, but Jack is charmingly persistent, always singing sweet songs in her ear, and that earth-shattering kiss, she never stood a chance.
Now, oh my God, I want it.
Now she's imagining a fresh start with this dashing man, but that means telling Jack about her past, and the other nefarious sorts are coming. And other nefarious sorts are after the same painting. Soon, Clementine learns what it means to risk all for love. Oh, there we go. That was it.
That sounds really cute too.
It does sound really cute. Although everyone right off the bat is just giving it 4 stars, which is kind of concerning. But it's like every single word that you kept saying, I was just like, I want it more and more now. Oh my God. Van Gogh, art thief. Is this just white collar come to be in book form?
It looks
I love white collar.
5 stars. That's cool.
1 second. I hear don't keep talking. My cat is coughing.
Oh no. Let's see if a hairball. That's not good. Asparagus is reading said, I'm tempted to clean up my want to read shelf and pick some random books to read. Yeah. I try to go through mine like maybe once every few months and just like get rid of books that I just don't have any interest in anymore because like right now there's like 467 books on my
I thought I had a bad number. That's almost double mine. 277 because I went through it like Christmas and like stripped it back. Because a lot of the times I'll add books to my want to read and then like go back in a year and be like, why did I want to read?
Exactly.
So that's
I need to go through and just like get rid of some
Yeah.
that I don't actually want to read anymore.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know, taste change, or like I'm not really interested in it anymore, or
Totally agree.
Yeah.
My third one.
Yeah.
Reckless Memories by Catherine Coles. I saw this on someone's Instagram. I don't remember. Probably Jess's Instagram. It says that I've loved him before I knew what the word meant, from skin to knees to first dates and everything in between, but he was never mine to love. I settled for friendship, even though I always wanted more. That was before he ripped my world apart and didn't bother sticking around to help me pick up the pieces. I knit every last shred back together all on my own, and I've all but forgotten his name. Now he's back, and everything is torn apart once more, but he's not the only one who's tearing this time. And there might be no stopping the person who has it out for both of us.
That sounds very emotional.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for emotional books, though.
I just want all the rom-coms.
Eleanor and Gray by Brittany.
Yes, I read Eleanor and Gray.
I thought you were going to say Eleanor and Park. I was like, what? We have a throwback.
Eleanor and Gray by Brittany C. Cherry.
Oh my gosh, that's so
amazing, but like tears.
Oh yeah.
Multiple times. Like
so Jenn, that one is like this girl and guy were in high school together, and she was kind of like the nerd and he was kind of like the jock, and like dated basically for a little bit, and then I think she moved away. Her mother passed, and so she moved away because her father didn't want to live there anymore, and they kind of broke it off. And then it's years later, and he's had 2 kids, and his wife has died, and so then he hires her without knowing it's her, like as the nanny, and so she's the nanny and his past like relationship.
Oh no.
And he has changed. He's become like really hard and like rough, and there's a lot. And I thought it was beautifully written, but I just tears.
Yeah.
The whole time. So if anyone needs a good cry, I highly recommend.
Jen doesn't want to cry.
No. Well, it wasn't like I
cry at every book. I don't need to willingly go in knowing I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, but that one was really good. That was, I don't know, really emotional, I guess. So I like those, but I can only handle like so many of them in a row before I just do something like
you feel like a shell of a person.
So what's the fun question? What's the last book you read that made you cry? Other than that one, Ashley.
Well, yeah, 'cause I read that one fairly recently. Let me see. Hold on.
So like the last book I just read, not 8 Perfect Murders, but The Crown of Feathers, there's always parts in authors' writing that if like grief or some kind of death is done really well, I'll just tear up like that. But the last time I sobbed at a book, it's been a good minute. Let's just go back into my Goodreads list. Thank God for Goodreads.
The last time I really like sobbed was probably during Eleanor and Gray, because I just read that a couple weeks ago. But I think I'm pretty sure I cried a little bit when I read From Blood and Ash from Jennifer L. Armentrout.
Ooh, okay.
And I loved that book. And it wasn't like sobbing, but it was like, when a character is just like going through so much, and the writer is able to make you feel like you're going through that. And I was why does he have such a hard life? And so I'm pretty sure I cried a few times during that, but not sobbing.
The last time I cried a little bit at a book was Chain of Gold.
Oh, yeah.
Because that ending destroyed me.
I don't read instrument books.
The last one that like made me physically sob like uncontrollably was In 5 Years. And I hated that book. It was so good. It was so good for the first like 25%, and then it just went and the ending was stupid. And I sobbed the entire time.
So the ending is bad.
I hated the ending.
Okay.
I hated the way it ended because it felt like we ended halfway through a book.
That's very interesting, Jenn. Because I've watched people's videos, like the ones of, if you like this book, then you like this book. And people have told me one of your favorite books, the December one.
One Day in December?
Yeah. that
one.
it's like that one. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
really interesting.
Wrecked me body and soul. And like I get it, it's because of the time thing. It's because of like in 5 years, like the girl, the main character, lady, girl, I don't remember her name, she sees a glimpse of herself in 5 years, sees herself in an apartment with a new man on the night of her engagement to another guy, and she's like, what? And then she's just like, it was just a dream, it's fine. And then for 5 years you see her briefly with snippets of it, kind of, and then it time jumps 5 years, and her best friend meets this guy and is dating the guy from her vision or whatever. And you think it's a romance, you think it's going to be like that kind of thing, and it's really not.
See, this is the kind of book that scares me because I'm like, that is not a romance. Do not market it that. I don't think it was. No.
Like people have branded it as a romance because it's been talked about as a romance.
Yeah.
Because of that, because of the premise, right? Like she wakes up in 5 years with another guy. So you think automatically it's a romance. It's not. It's a story about her and her best friend.
Yeah. And this is when you get into that like heated debate on like what makes a romance. So to me, I'm definitely on side. My perspective has always been like if it doesn't have a happily ever after or happily for now, it's not a romance.
Mm-hmm.
But that is an opinion. Some people think it can be.
I think
So
I think it depends. Like a people's generic view of a romance is that it's a romance between two people. That is the A plot of the story is you are going to get a relationship between two people, or maybe 3, possibly 4. You never know, right? Like it's going to be that's the A plot of the story. And a lot of times, like in books, like in 5 years, it's the I want to say like C plot of the story.
Yeah.
The A plot isn't marketed on the back at all, which is a lie to people. That's what you're supposed to market on the back of the book.
Yeah.
Is the A plot and then hint at the B plot.
That kind of stuff.
Oh, you guys, can I spoil in 5 years for you? Are you going to read in 5 years?
Yeah. Maybe, I mean, you can for us. It's just if anyone doesn't want to be spoiled for in 5 years, exit now.
Like, I'm
mute
so
for a
mad
couple
about
of
it.
seconds.
Huh?
Or just mute for a couple of seconds.
Yeah. Or just
yeah.
That too. Okay.
I'm not going to read it. Probably.
I'm not going to read it.
Okay. So in 5 years, it's a book about the main character and her best friend, right? The 2 girls and their life or whatever. And in the 5-year jump, her best friend finds out that she's pregnant and with this new guy. So it's very exciting. But then she goes to the doctor and gets a scan. Psych, you actually have ovarian cancer. And it is so far progressed that like she has her surgery, but it fails. And then she decides to not go, like she goes through chemotherapy and it's all this kind of stuff. So it is an illness book. And then
Ashley would not like that one.
And then like the main character girl or whatever, she loses her fiance through like a breakup because like her fiance is like, we've been engaged for 5 years. Are you ever going to marry me? And she's just like, no. And so they break up. And then so she loses her best friend, her fiance, and her best friend's boyfriend in like one fell swoop. And she just like, it is heart-wrenching and makes you sob for the last 50%, but then it ends with nothing. Like there's no hope. There's no like it feels like we reached the midpoint in a book or the darkest moment at the 75% and it was just cut and the last half of the book is not there. I was loving it and I was like, this is going so well, but then it ended and I was screaming. I was like, this is not how you're supposed to end a book.
Like stuff like that, like first of all, I just cannot handle.
No.
Like
was not ready for that.
What's the point in that? Like if it were like you said, like that was the middle and then there was like, sorry, my cat's like headbutting my computer.
It's okay. That's so sweet.
But then,
please love me.
Like if they have hope at the end, like it's worth the journey, you know? Like I've read like that, but what
you gotta give us an ending. You gotta give us an arc. You gotta give us something at the end.
Well, and like it's not though. So like I want someone who loved it to tell us like why.
Like, I gave it 3 stars, but really it's a 2-star.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I need to go and read some Goodreads reviews.
Like,
Maybe they'll find one.
Like I read previous to that, the Josie Silver's next book.
Oh, The
2 Lives of Lydia Bird. And that one was all about what happens after you lose somebody, right?
Yeah.
Like she loses her fiance. And that book I really enjoyed. Not as much as her One Day in December, but because Josie Silver can just write some prose that feels like a sucker punch to the stomach. Just like of emotion. It's so good.
Nice.
But yeah, and then I read In 5 Years, getting really excited about it because people had hyped it up a little bit. And I was just like, yeah, I'm ready for another romance, a little bit like One Day in December, a little bit like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting mad. I was sitting there just sobbing angrily. It was great. Great.
I'm a big crybaby, so I cry a lot in books.
Oh, same. Like anytime there's a little bit of like emotion, I'm just like, oh.
Yeah. The last book I cried in was Sick Kids in Love.
Yeah, that would do it for you. Yeah.
Yep. I don't know what it's about, but I'm pretty sure from that title I would cry.
Yep.
Yeah. But like it's like no one dies, y'all.
You really liked that one though, right?
Oh my gosh, I loved it because it's about chronic illnesses, and I
I like when books about illness don't have anybody die in them.
Yeah.
No. I'll let you know. No one dies. I didn't even cry when I was reading the book. I read the acknowledgments after the book, and then I just broke down.
Yeah, I never read the acknowledgments. I flip through them, and sometimes
I read the last part of the acknowledgments on one of my vlogs, and I'm just like,
yeah.
There's just too many author emotions in there. I'm like, I don't want to do it.
Though, I actually cry more in like books or watching a movie or something, I feel like, than I do in real life. Actual, like when something bad happens, I'm not someone usually who just like breaks down. I cry when I'm frustrated or like angry in real life. I don't yell. I just like start sobbing.
I would never be a good lawyer because as soon as I get mad about something, I start to cry. I'm like, what is this reaction?
I cry about everything. Also, my therapist and I have talked about this. Like my anxiety, one of the main side effects for it is tearfulness. So anytime I'm anxious, I just burst into tears.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I cry at everything. I remember being in my English class in grade 11 and we were doing a unit on, I don't even know what we were doing, some sort of like promotional type writing. Because it was like a weird class split between like fictional and then like transactional type, more legitimate writing in the world. And we watched one of those like P&G Olympic commercials.
Oh God.
Dedicated to mums.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just sitting in the back of the class just like crying. And when she turned the lights back on, my teacher looked at me, she goes, "You okay?" I'm like, yeah, commercials just make me really emotional.
Yeah.
Man, I guess if we really want Jen to cry, we just put on one of those video compilations of commercials that'll make you cry for
the Publix commercial. I don't. You guys have Publix where you are? Probably not, right?
No.
It's a grocery.
I've been to Publix only when I went to Florida.
Yeah. Okay. So I grew up in Florida, and we had Publix. It was like our grocery store chain, but they make like
yeah, we have HEB.
Yeah, it's like your HEB. They make a commercial every year for like Thanksgiving time, or it's our Thanksgiving, but I'm sure it's like your Thanksgiving too, Jen. Lots of food and family time, and they make a commercial every year, and every freaking year that commercial makes me cry. Like it's always just so touching, and it's funny because a friend actually like worked for the advertising firm that did the PR team that worked on the commercial. And I'm like, can you give me a little heads up? Like, what's going to be in the commercial this year? So I'm just like mentally prepared.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time. Oh my God. I remember, this is a little bit more extreme, but I remember being in high school. And like, I don't know if you guys have this, but we have MADD down here at MADD, like Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have that.
I've never heard of that.
And it's like, it's the, what is it? Campaign for like to stop people from drunk driving. And it comes to high school sometimes to basically stop us from drunk driving because as teenagers, we are the ones who would do that.
Yeah.
Because we're idiots. But I remember being in the assembly with my friends, just trying to hold it in because like every single testimonial video they made us watch in the gym, every commercial, every like the speaker that they had there just like triggered violent sobs for me. And like at the end of it, a few of the teachers like came up to me and they're like, are you okay? Like people I didn't even know, like people who didn't know me were like, are you okay? Like, do you need to speak to somebody? Are you okay? Like, and I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Just let me
It's
just very emotional. Like I didn't know anybody who had died from being hit in a car crash like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why am I just so triggered by everything? Vaguely emotional.
Yeah.
My school, we had something similar to that. We had something called, ours is called Shattered Dreams, and they actually like take people from the theater department. So like most of my friends were in this, and they had to pretend to be like these people come in and they actually stage a car crash. Like
Oh my God.
in front of our school, there's 2 cars like wrecked in front of our school. The theater kids are all covered in blood and pretending to be dying. One of the students gets life lighted out of there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it's
They
emotional.
want to like traumatize everybody.
I guess
That's
they
the point. That was the point.
don't drunk drive, I guess, but that's
And then another part of it, because that's only part of the day, and then the other part of the day, they have these people that they've selected, and that like they know this is going to happen, but they have like a grim reaper going around the school, and he'll come into classes and just touch somebody, and they'll pretend to be dead for the rest of the day. They can't touch anyone. They can't speak to anyone. They can't do any work. They just sit there and stare, and like they can't talk to them. They're just like pretending that someone's dead in their class.
Is that just to promote like the no drunk driving still?
Yeah, that's the same day.
Interesting. I've never heard of that.
Literally traumatizing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They don't play down in Texas.
Oh no.
Dear God.
We have had so many drunk driving crashes just in front of the school, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I get it. We had a couple similar things, just not quite that drunk.
Ours is very extreme.
Yeah.
I remember in my senior year, I was with my friends in the library during that assembly, and I was like, I am not going. If a teacher comes up here and asks why we're not there, we are going to leave the school. We are going to take my car and go to Tim's because I can't do this right now. And they're just like, yeah, we're not going to go to a stupid mad assembly for different reasons than me, but
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I don't think there was anything in this book that made me cry, though.
No. This one wasn't super.
It was a different emotion. It was just the steam. It got me. That's all. That's it.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. Did you read you've read one more historical before though, right? Did you ever read the one by Evie Dunmore?
No, I am halfway through that one.
Oh, okay. Well, you should finish it. It was really cute.
I see Reagan from Peru's Project reading a bunch of them.
Yeah.
All the Testadairs, I'm just like, look at her go. Because she was always saying that she wasn't like a romance person, but she's just like, it's the only thing that she wants to read right now. I'm like, that's such a mood.
So funny though, because I always just think like, that's why I don't think anyone like hates romance. You just have to find the right one for you.
Yeah.
It's just like if I said I hate all fantasy, it's just I have to find the right one. You know what I mean? Like I may not. Yeah.
I'm very biased, but fantasy is the best thing in the world.
Yeah, and like there are some I've read I didn't like, but there are also some I've read that I've loved.
Yeah, so, you just have to find the right ones.
Yeah, I love it. But yeah, Testadair is a great place to start, I think, because they're so funny.
They're so good. I'm currently listening to the third one in the Castles Ever After, When a Scot Ties the Knot.
I need to go back and read that series because I've only read like 2 in that series, but I've read all her like more recent ones, I think. And then Julia Quinn's my favorite, you know that. So
yes, I still need to get into Julia Quinn, but like every book that I come across that's like on Libby or like on like Book Outlet or on Thrift Books, like they're all like number 5 in this in a certain series. I'm like, I just want to start at the beginning.
Yeah. I will say though, my disclaimer for everybody is always if you start with the Bridgertons, get past the first book because a lot of people
don't like
the first one.
Yeah,
and it's not my favorite either. But
I've heard some controversial things about the first one.
So have I, and I somewhat agree. I wouldn't I wasn't like, I didn't notice it as much when I first read it, but after people saying things, I went back. I'm like, oh, okay, I could see that. But get to books 2 and 3, and then if you still don't like it, call it quits. But I think you'll like it, because I have converted many people by force feeding them books 2 and 3.
I've just heard about, I think Chandler Ainsley talked about it. There's something that happens. I know something happens in the book. I know a specific thing where she was like, okay, I'm not okay with that. So I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I want to read that.
Yeah, I feel like, to me though, like, I wouldn't, this is just personal. Like, it depends on people's feelings. Like, I don't know if I wouldn't read a whole series because of that, but
yeah.
Also, everyone has their opinion and kind of what they're comfortable reading. And if they're not comfortable reading that, that's okay.
Tyler actually has like a pretty high threshold for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's interesting that she would say that. I know she's got clear lines drawn for like
but also there's other who was I thinking the other day that was really funny that writes historical. Someone, will have to think about it, because there was someone who was like self-published. Hold on. That was really good too, that I was really enjoying.
Yeah, the only authors I've read, the only physical books that I have that I've read are Tessa Dare's and Lindsay Sands. I've read a few Lindsay Sands. A few of hers are blah.
Yeah, hers are hit or miss for me. I love Lisa Kleypas. Like, she's my like ride too.
See, Lisa Kleypas. Okay, I've only fully read one of her books, Suddenly You.
Oh, Suddenly You. I don't think I read that one.
That one was okay. That one has to do with a writer. She's a writer. And
the one where she wants to like. No, I don't think I've read that one.
That one is about like she wants to lose her virginity because she's a spinster, and so she like goes to like a male prostitute.
Have a red dress on the cover.
Yes.
Yeah, I read that one. Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't I really like that one.
She goes to basically like go to this like the woman who's like, I don't remember the term for it, but like the owner, the madam of a like prostitute place or whatever.
Yeah, it's madam.
She's like, can I hire a man? Because I just want to get this done with. I'm never going to get married. I just want to know what it feels like. Just send me a man at this time. And so then a guy comes to her doorstep at night, and she thinks that that's the guy she hired, and it's not the guy she hired. Turns out he's like the owner of a publishing company.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And she sleeps with him?
I don't remember, but I think I gave it like 3 stars. It was okay. And then the only other Lisa Kleypas book that I tried reading, I think it's like My Fake Rake or something like that.
I don't know.
It's the first book, I think it's the first book in the Ravenel series, maybe.
Oh, Cold Hearted Rake.
There you go. I left it.
You really try book? I mean, I always say that, but like, I didn't think that was, again, the strongest book in that series. I thought books 2 and 3 were way, way better. But hey, it may just not be for,
Yeah, that's why like everyone's talking about Lisa Kleypas. Oh, I love Lisa Kleypas. I was like, I've only read one book fully by her, and it was okay. And then the other one,
that's struggle though, when the first book in a series isn't your favorite, because then it's hard to recommend that series because people don't like the first one, and then it's like I'm somebody who does not mind skipping to book 2 and 3. Like, I know, sue me, but I don't mind reading out of order. But I know it pains most people.
I think it depends on the series. Like, I know if you tried to read a fantasy series out of order, people would literally shoot you because, like, also how the storylines are connected. You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I know a lot of people really, really like the Shatter Me series, and I've read the first one in like 3 hours, and I was like, that was a load of garbage. Like, I can't.
That did get better.
I haven't read those, and I don't.
The only comment that people really say about it, like I've watched Jesse the Reader's videos, and he recently read the very last one, and he kept saying like, yeah, it doesn't have good world building, and yeah, it doesn't have good much plot, but the characters are great. And I'm like, I hate character novels, and if you're giving me a fantasy novel, give me good world building. At least that.
Yeah, for me, I like that series, but the only reason I'm still finishing is because I like the romance in it.
Yeah, see, a lot of that's literally the only reason people would finish that series.
Like, to me,
I might end up reading it one day because like you can read them in 3 hours. They're so short.
Yeah.
I might do that for a video one day just to torture myself.
Yeah. The other one that I would recommend for historical is Joanna Shupe. I just think her books are winners. Like, I really like her. And they're set in like a different time period too. It's like Gilded Age, so it's like early 1900s New York. So I think
like Edwardian past 1902 vibes. We love that.
Some are like 1890s, and then some are like early 1900s, depending on the series.
And then the one book that I read by her, I read it out of order. I only have read the third book in the series.
That makes sense, right?
Because they weren't connected. You know, when the stories aren't connected, I'm like, okay, cool. I'll read them out of order. Yeah. That's fine. But like, I get so upset when like past characters pop up, and I'm like, who are you?
Yeah. Well, it's funny you're lucky though, because that book didn't, but some of the other ones in that series I think do have people pop up.
Oh, that one
didn't. I think they might, but I can't remember. I don't know.
Man, I did thundering outside. I just saw a lightning bolt.
Oh,
we had bad weather.
You have never sounded more American, Averie. I just saw a lightning bolt.
Yeah, sometimes the twang comes out.
Oh, it's fine. So the other day in one of my vlogs, I said about, but like in the very Canadian way. And I was just like, oh, the Canadian just jumped out of me.
I said with Haley from Haley and Bookland a lot too. I'm like, oh, that sounded Canadian.
Yeah, it's fun when it comes out of me sometimes.
Awesome.
Just like about, and I'm like, oh, out and about, yes. It's fun.
Well,
do we have anything else to say?
Not really.
I love hanging out with y'all.
I know. I'm like, we could just we could end the broadcast.
Oh god.
Yeah.
This is fun.
That was fun. If anyone reads, was it Tavern to Hoax?
Yes, please read it.
Come back in probably the end of May, beginning of June, one of the two, and we'll. Jen has left my book. I don't have my book yet.
Where do I?
Okay.
I got mine from my indie bookstore.
Oh, cool.
I just ordered it like an hour before.
I'm gonna order it, but I'm gonna wait a few days because I just ordered like 3 things from Amazon, and I really don't. I feel bad ordering something else from Amazon right now, but it was for work.
Noble. Or order it from a bookstore nearby.
Yeah, I could do that. I probably should do that because
you're not giving to. The Amazon guys.
That's why I've been buying books because I had to buy a few children's books for one of my teaching classes, and so they just put them on the porch for the store, and I go and pick them up.
That's really cool. I should do that because there's a couple near me that I love that are really small, like bookstores. The only thing is, one of them, I don't know if they're gonna have a new release because they're kind of like a used bookstore.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have
used bookstores have new books though, like half price books. They have a whole new book section, you know, and they like books there that were released earlier that week. So like
you have to call and ask, and they'll be able to order it in for you.
Okay, yeah, I did. So you know, the Ripped Bodice. Have you guys heard of that? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a bookstore in California, and it's run by 2 sisters, and it's like one of the only all romance bookstores like in the country. Look it up.
Wow, I want to go there.
I mean, we should take a field trip. It's a field trip, but
an extended field trip when this pandemic is over,
right? But I
love that. Polycon was. So I want to see that too.
Yeah, but they it's like an indie bookstore, but it's run by 2 sisters, and it's just really cool. They do like a lot of author events and stuff. Look them up on Instagram; they're really cool. But since obviously they're a small business and they've had to be closed, they're doing like care packages where you could like order like a romance care package, and they get like a book and like some goodies with it, or you could do like the expensive one and get like multiple books.
Amazing.
And I had signed up for one to send to a friend for her birthday, but they were awesomely, they got so behind because like literally like 500 people signed up that I couldn't do it for her birthday because I was too far down on the list. So I just got notified that I can order mine, and I'm like, well, now should I send one to myself?
Yes.
Do it.
Tell us. Do an unboxing.
You can't go to the store and browse. You might as well get a gift box.
Right. So I know. but yeah, I thought that was a cool idea to do for, you know, and so they could still, you know, keep business because it's killing people. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll probably do our next live stream May 30th, June 6th, whenever around there.
I'd say one of those probably.
Yeah.
I may not be able to do the 30th. I'm not positive, but I could definitely do either that or the 6th.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool. So come back then.
It's on my channel.
Yes, it'll be on Jenn's channel, Jenn's Bookshelf, right?
Yes.
2 ends.
2 ends, not just one. 2.
Yeah. So
join me. I don't talk about romance very often, but my channel's pretty fun. So
we
your
love
vlogs are always really like comforting to watch. I don't know why. I like watching your vlogs.
Oh, I like watching your vlogs when like I'm cleaning.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that they just like having it on the background.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's really sweet.
I think that's a good compliment. I'm like,
yes. Oh gosh.
Awesome. Well, we'll say bye.
Yes. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
All right.